YouTube, hello, it is I, your cold leader, your cold father, your cold daddy, Keronzi back once again. We are returning to the land of Eorzea once more. What we're going to be doing today, I've got no idea. We'll find out something, we'll do something along the way. For the very least, though, I'm feeling a hell of a lot better than I have done. You can probably hear it in my voice. I sound next to normal, which is weird. It's how it shouldn't be. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. It helps the channel grow, gets noticed by that algorithm. I mean, those comments down below, so I'll respond to you in kind. This is a blind playthrough, though, so if you're going to talk about any other plot points, just mark your comment with spoiler so I can use my discretion to read through it.
Smiley, Smiley, we've got a problem. Ronzi's normal. Something's broken.
Ronzi ever normal?
Debatable. There are some links down below. There's the Lore of Licks merch store. There's the throne list. You want to help me out in those ways. There's the Quillen Shardfall link, which will get you $40 or equivalent off of your purchase. And I get a small kickback if you do use the same. I just say that I feel normal. Just doing this constant talking and everything, my nose decided it wants to block up. It's great. Just
Thank
what I
God.
need.
We don't have to defrost another Ronzi just yet.
Might have to. This one's defective.
Defective is your normal state.
This is a different kind of defective.
No, it's not a bug. It's a feature. This is
I
the
quite
limited edition runny nose Ronzi.
That's not a limited edition though.
It's limited if we only make a certain amount of them.
My nose, my sinuses are constantly blocked, mate.
If it's a 50,000 limited edition run of 1 million, it's still a limited edition. Them's the rules.
When are you gonna make a D&D session I can join? Who knows, Tattoo? When I feel like actually being a DM. I had started trying to work on a thing, on a campaign, but I am not confident with it. Didn't mean to go to you first, but that's fine. Hashtag, right, I gotta run taxi, so I lurk. Hey, no worries. Take it easy, Tatty. No, fuck it, I don't care. I've retained this sell all of these. Don't even know which retainers have things to store. Just hit buttons.
So I'm over in the usual place.
Alright, I'll be heading over there in a moment.
Do you want to do books, roulettes?
Yeah.
Clearing some dungeons, maybe, that you've not done?
Maybe we could Yeah, I think there's only like one dungeon I haven't done. I'm fairly certain the only one I haven't done is Hullbreaker Extreme. Or Hullbreaker Hard, sorry.
Mm.
I don't think there's been any that have been missed from current content, right?
Let me just bring up the list of dungeons. Yeah, optional dungeons. No. Oh, wait a minute. No, the list is all. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you've got all of the Realm Reborn. Looking at this list, there's none in there that I don't think we've. No, I think there is one actually.
Oh.
Have you done the second Hully Tully?
Very good question.
Hully Tully Hard.
Italy. Oh, yeah, no, we got Hully Tully. Hard.
Okay. Have you actually done it though?
I mean, I've got it in the list. I've got the tick by it.
Right then, yeah.
I can't remember what was happening in here. Was it? Oh, was
Probably
this
changed.
was this when it became haunted?
No, the first one is when it's all fucked up and.
No, Hully Tully. The first one was when they were clearing it out.
Yeah, and this is when it's cleared out and you basically.
It's a gladiator school.
Oh yes, yeah. No, yeah, we done that. Remember that storyline.
Okie dokie. Yeah, we've done. Yeah, so I think that is everything that's available from Realm Reborn.
Right, that's why that looks good.
Have we done? We've done the Great Fubile Library, and we've done the Arboretum. Are you perving at that bunny girl?
I was checking out the costume.
Okay,
You,
right.
you see glams, you check them out. It's not gonna work on my character.
Go back to your dungeon list so I can see.
Like I said, the only one from here that I'm aware of was Hullbreaker Hard.
Yes, that is the only one that is not on the other list.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any in Stormblood as of yet. I'm assuming all the optionals only really come into effect once you hit
Yeah, I mean,
level cap
the only
for
optional
expansions.
Yeah, the only optional before level 70 Stormblood end of expansion was the Sishui of the Violet Tides, which we did.
Right, okay.
That was the underwater one.
Yeah.
where we had to stop you from the princess by turning you into an old person.
I mean, look.
I love how that's an actual mechanic of that fight.
I mean, they know their audience.
Yeah.
Alright, so some cues of some kind. Yeah, monk. I did get monk to 50, so that's fine. You got the gold whisker.
Gold-plated Namazu. It's worth many coin. Yes, yes.
Do a leveling roulette.
Yeah, can do. What role are people wanting?
I mean, I don't overly mind. What do you want to do?
I prefer DPS, as those are the only jobs that I have to level, really.
So yeah, shit depends on what you want to do.
Well, my brain has been mostly in fever state 3 days this week, so
You'd prefer DPS?
DPS would suit me better because I'm less likely to fuck up. Or should I say, at least when I fuck up, it's going to matter less.
No, fair.
Because I can pretty much guarantee I will probably fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tank. That's fine. We ready to go?
Yep.
Yep.
Squeaky feet. Excuse me.
There isn't any interactions between Namazus, is there, Smiley? Minions?
I don't think so, no. Just flops around.
Because I know all the different Moogle minions, when they get close, they jump and dance.
Nope, well. Ball crushing needs to be had.
Alright. Got to remember how to do that now.
If you don't have the icons on the side, /ban works.
Oh no, that's why I'm not in the mod view, which I thought I was.
Oh,
And
which
now
is
the message
well,
has vanished.
That's fine. I got it. So even if you're not in mod view, you can use the command /ban and it will ban a user. So. Oh, Trinky made it into the EA Creators Club.
Before I can acknowledge whether I think that's cool or not, I need to know what the EA Creators Club is.
Please let me out the basement. You're getting out the basement, Shin. I think it's like a club for content creators.
I think
Like-
it's an EA sanction content creators.
Yeah, like
Nice.
they can they'll get codes for in-game currencies for games and everything. What am I looking for here?
I assume this is mostly for Apex.
Yes. Am I meant to be doing? That's what I'm meant to be doing. Did I get both? I have now.
I have no AoE.
No, do you do? Oh, the Astro, right?
Means the only person might be Keronzi. I think tanks have an AoE at this point. So, Ronzi, have you started that Red Ranger Isekai yet?
I have not, no. I'm gonna look at it this weekend, but I also started up some older series that I hadn't watched for the last few seasons. So
Okay.
I picked up Summoned to a World Again or something, another world again.
All right. Yeah, that's an interesting premise, but I feel they could have fleshed it out a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm halfway through. I think we're about to get flashbacks to his first time here. First time there.
Are you up to date with
Shangri-La? Yes.
not Shangri-La,
Oh.
the other most awesome anime this season?
Apothecary Diaries?
That got isekai'd as a villainess.
Oh, no, no, I'm not. I thought you were going to say Behemoth.
That's just your personal take. There's a big boob monster fucking.
There's a lot of things wrong with that anime. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's a interesting revelation which I think I have mentioned to you is something I thought was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Based upon the outro.
Yeah.
Which I think, you know, needs awards for being the best outro ever for any show in existence.
God, the outro is utterly insane for that show. I was thoroughly confused when I saw it.
If you don't know what we're mentioning, by the way, Smiley, it's an anime that's been released this season where a mid-50s Japanese bureaucrat who's a father and a otaku does the stereotypical rescue small child from being hit by a truck and wakes up inhabiting the body and world of a villainess from one of his daughter's otome games. Being a dedicated otaku, he decides that, you know, his role in this world is to be a villainess. So he resolves that that is what he must do. However, being a polite, well-grounded Japanese gentleman of a certain age, he insists he has certain quirks to his personality that he just can't sort of escape with the politeness and the and that creates some interesting situations when he's trying to be the villain. Yeah, it is. The premise itself is interesting. The execution of it so far has been quite funny.
Okay.
And this latest bit of information is just like they've opened up a whole new world of places they could go with this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to where it's going.
Hey. You silly bugs. Come here.
Yeah, to me, it feels like the writer was like, okay, there are so many, you know, I've been isekai'd into an otome game, either as the heroine or as a member of it, or not even a noted NPC.
Still one of the best shows. Can't wait for season 2.
So many, you know, isekai'd into a game, isekai'd into a or you know, the villainess arc aspect. There's so many stories doing this out. And yeah, somebody was just kind of like, yeah, let's just mash all this up together. I mean, the gender swap and the age difference really adds to the hilarity.
What the hell was
Concept.
just screaming?
Skeletons.
Okay.
It's a leftover from 11 when the screen used to be a diva.
Oh well.
Yeah, there's a few little sort of silly, no real major drama, just interesting anime out this season,
Yeah.
which is nice. A nice little sort of lighter smattering. I mean, of course, Solo Leveling's got its season 2. You
I've
can't exactly
heard
call that.
I've heard that one's got a load of fan service in it this season. Or at least 2 episodes have been dubbed as having fan service.
You've seen season 1, right?
Yes.
But you're not up to date on season 2.
I haven't started season 2. I've just
Okay,
seen
so-
posts and people.
Yeah. She did appear in season 1, but not that much.
The sister.
No, the highly ranked female hunter.
The blonde lads.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there seems to be a sharper focus on the other high-ranking, powerful hunters.
Okay.
A lot of that focus has primarily been on her arse and groin.
Look, you got a good story. Focus on the story, come on.
Yeah, focus on the story, not the, in brackets, plot.
Plots. Doing main scenario roulette next.
Yeah, that's cool. No, wait.
Nope.
No, alright, don't worry.
No, withdrawn.
Okay, I was just gonna change class so that we've got range DPS and melee DPS.
Yeah. I have come to find a Twitter artist that is basically making a story, and essentially the main character in it is my spirit animal.
I am horrified at the thought, terrified to ask, pretty sure it's going to involve tentacles.
Not yet.
But you're expecting, right?
It's entirely possible. I'm trying to run through what they have done.
I dread to think. As long as it's not like some kind of messed up Cthulhu Furby porn series.
Not that messed up.
Okay, that's just something that my brain could look up. Alright, no, that's fine.
I mean, it is definitely of the off-brand anime variety, but
I mean, that does not surprise me in the slightest.
fair. And I did share in my Discord a video that caused me emotional damage.
Emotional damage?
You know that's was it Stephen Chow?
Yeah, I know.
The emotional damage.
What could possibly cause you emotional damage?
It was a Minecraft animation video of all things.
You know what phrase I think people really need to bring back?
What's that?
Mind bleach.
Mind bleach. Yeah, well, no, you don't want to be doing that because, like, we've already had this discussion. That's
People
not
will actually do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is why I chose mind bleach, because that's more difficult than eye bleach.
Well, it was guaranteed to make you smooth brain, probably. So.
Well, see, now we can get into a chicken or egg situation. Does using mind bleach give you smooth brain, or do you have to have a smooth brain to even consider using mind bleach?
I think this is where we get into the definitions of figurative and literal. Because I think you have to figuratively be smooth brain to do mind bleach, which will literally give you smooth brain.
Yeah. Or depending upon the strength of the bleach, you could describe it as smoothie brain.
Yeah. I mean, you know those pink or grey pastes you see as sustenance in sci-fi films.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Zombie gruel.
Yeah.
Talking about sci-fi stuff, I saw someone turn around and they had, you know, like the old, don't want to say hieroglyphs, but you know, the old kind of demonic ritual drawings for summoning certain demons.
When you say, oh, I mean, are you talking about Sumerian?
I think they was. I think they may have been Sumerian. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But basically,
Babylonian?
So
Zoroastrian?
All right. Look, I get it. I get it. You know your shit. You don't have to rub it in, okay?
I have books on how to summon angels, for fuck's sake, Ronzi. Literal instructions, step by step.
Would say just pray hard enough. Pray harder.
But it was a post about someone turning around and saying that, oh yeah, I was trying to just pass it off that PCs contain demons, like demons are summoned into motherboards, and that's how they're running them.
Well, don't they call higher level command scripts daemons, which is demons with an A before the E?
Which is the official way to spell demon. Yeah, in computing, a daemon is a software program or process that runs in the background.
Yeah.
For example, on Windows NT systems, Windows services are daemons that perform functions like running processes.
Yeah. Which is essentially what a lot of old references to demonic summoning was. You'd summon a demon and bind it to doing a mundane task, so that you didn't have to think about it.
It's the Warhammer 40k excuse for getting around their AI sacrilege, Ronzi. They're like, oh, we can't have any form of computing or AI. Oh, but that's the machine spirit looking after things and making. Yeah. That's not an AI. That's the machine spirit that's taking care of this machine.
It really is.
I mean, you got to remember that before IT was big business, it was mostly put together by hobbyist nerds. This is why, I mean, one of the more older and basic programming languages is called Python, after Monty Python.
Yeah.
which is also where we get the term spam.
Alright, I found it and I'm sending it to you. Both.
Oh. I will prepare myself.
But basically, just for chats, or for Twitch and YouTube's graces, says, boy, I love trapping demons in microscopic silicon megastructures to do my bidding. I sure hope nothing goes wrong. They are biblically accurate angels. True, Kuro.
Oh, good. The biblically accurate angel.
Gotta get me some of those biblically accurate angels.
But could you summon a biblically accurate angel and bind it to the task of creating biblically accurate tacos?
Yes. Isn't it though that if you actually saw one of the quote-unquote biblically accurate angels, you were in the shit?
No mortal can look upon the light of God. So if they saw a biblically accurate angel, you Ark of the Covenanted and melted. Because no mortal can look upon the pure light of God. Therefore, that's why they took forms that we could see. Or else it would kill us. So... And yeah, if it gets to that point, I'm pretty sure you're in the shit.
Some sources treated it as kind of the way non-Euclidean stuff is described these days, as in beholding the true face of an angel would effectively render your mind into nothingness.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is kind of what a lot of people in this country do most Friday, Saturday nights anyway.
Hey, it's Prey.
Speaking of the Bible, it's Prey.
I can't remember what it was. It's a fundamentalist Christian government official in the US. I'd put up, I mean, you've probably seen it. They put up a post talking about, oh yeah, why don't people tell those of Islamic faith to tear down iconography of the Prophet Muhammad, and let's see how they like it. And then someone put underneath that, it's like, okay, yeah, how about you actually count the number of iconography, I forget the word. You know what I mean? The images and depictions of the Prophet Muhammad existing in the world already.
I mean, haven't they killed people for that?
Yeah. It quite literally is an offense to have imagery of them anywhere. The point
Also,
obviously is it's just to argue like just how bad faith their arguments are in terms of all of that.
Also, Rodzi, that's kind of reductive these days.
Oh,
Christian fundamentalist US government official.
there are some that aren't.
Currently.
I mean, yeah, there's like a handful. You could probably count them on one hand.
I swear, like, I think it's the First Amendment is like the biggest irony statement ever.
Oh yeah, no.
The separation of church and state in that country is an absolute fallacy. Because good luck getting elected if you are not fundamental Christian. There is no separation of church and state.
Come on. Make sure everything's still acting on me. I'll grab the rests.
Whee! They saw me first.
What did you do?
I mean, have you seen my character? How can you not notice that?
Someone
It wasn't even the ball, I just ran forward a little further than Ronzi did.
I think once we get to levels where the summoners will have the hammer, we should let Ronzi tank and go as
That just sounds mean.
Oh, they are aggro magnets. Because everything's instant cast, and it's like the most damage they ever put out.
Yeah.
So they can just cast it while running along, and then everything disappears.
I hope you're doing well though, Kuro. I'm not sure if I probably said hi to you.
Oh, and here we are.
One of the
Ready for-
first monologues.
Yeah. This is where Gaius turns around to tell Sid that his father was a DEI hire.
Holy. Wow, those sold out fucking quickly.
Shin, if I say to you, Light Warden Storge, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
That came to mind about during the topic of our conversation.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think that was deliberate. That was a deliberate design choice.
Mm.
Oh, I want to expand on that further, but I can't without potentially
Yeah,
spoiling
yeah.
Ronzi.
I know. I was thinking for like 5 minutes on how do I phrase this to not give anything away.
Oh, now Ronzi knows that there's things in existence called Light Wardens,
Ah, well.
and that term itself is spoilery.
Well, let's not dwell on it.
We're just gonna have to kill this one and bring out one with from an earlier backup.
Don't worry. We could tell him the entire story of Dawn Trail, and by the time he gets there, he'll have forgotten.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
that's fair. That's accurate.
Yeah, I shouldn't have given that person the official title, but I didn't know if I said Storge, you would know, because I wouldn't have known.
No, I may not have. When you said it, it instantly popped to mind. But
I didn't think of a way to make it like ultra vague. It was like yeah, the first boss of that dungeon in a later expansion that's related to what we've just been speaking about, and then it's like, how vague do you get? To just avoid using a name.
I don't think Ronzi will be too upset.
No.
No.
And if he
No.
does, we'll just kill this one and defrost one with a...
We won't even have to kill one. He's got all of Stormblood to get through. There are going to be multiple ones in his.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
not character deaths, Ronzi deaths.
Yeah, just ones in there. I mean, just shady body on some of the stuff we have coming up.
Yeah, I mean, he has met Yotsuyo. He has met snake ladies.
True.
And still there's
I do need to look into housing.
What's that got to do with the price of fish?
So I can start working on getting the snake retainers.
Okay, thank you. Your logical leap now makes sense. So you
Saw a fairly innocent set of imagery from Monster Girl subreddit talking about Snake Girl dandruff or Lamia dandruff.
Is there anything relatively innocent
Yes.
in that Reddit?
Yes. There's stuff that isn't, but there are also very wholesome things in there. This one was basically a Medusa, and they were called basically the snakes on her head shedding its skin as dandruff.
okay. You know, Medusa's story is fucking
Yeah, it really is.
like it's misogyny at its finest.
I mean, most of the Greek myths are horrendous, and all of them start with Zeus couldn't keep it in his pants.
This one
Yeah.
was Poseidon.
Yeah, but he's
Well, I
Zeus'
mean-
brother.
Yeah.
Just runs in the. In fact, Hades is the good one of those three.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
he does
his
kid-
marriage is questionable, but it ends up in a kind of a happy state.
he does kidnap Penelope.
Persephone.
Persephone.
Yeah, that's what I say. His marriage starts off as questionable, but ends up in a happy world.
I mean, it's
And
better than
and he's
most of the
faithful.
other relationships.
Who was Persephone
myth.
with originally? I thought wasn't that? Oh, wasn't she married to Odysseus?
No,
No.
Oh.
no, she wasn't married.
Are
She
you,
was
are you
the
thinking of
daughter
Orpheus and Eurydice?
I was thinking of
So
the
Orpheus
Iliad.
goes into Hades for. So the Iliad's Troy, and the Odyssey is Odysseus, particularly.
Yeah, but that's not. That's the stories of heroes. That's the heroic age, not the mythical
Yeah.
age.
Ah, yeah, fair. To be honest, though, I do need to play
I
Hades
can't
at some point.
Oh,
Persephone was the daughter of one of the gods.
of Zeus.
And I
She's
mean,
the daugh-
everybody's related to Zeus.
She's the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. So she marries her uncle, or gets abducted and then marries her uncle. Doesn't seem like she was married previously.
No,
She was only married to Hades.
but there was a man who went down there to try and I know the story is that somebody went down there to retrieve her, and it was agreed as long as. No, that's a different story. Sorry, she's the one who ate something whilst down there, and that's why she can't fully leave.
You think yeah, that's Orpheus and Eurydice.
Yeah.
Eurydice dies. Orpheus goes down to rescue her, but she'd already consumed the food of the underworld, and therefore Hades said she had to stay. But Orpheus was a musician and played a song that brought Hades to tears to display his love for Eurydice. So he made a deal with him, saying that she could go back as long as Orpheus led the way and never looked back on the way up.
Yeah.
Or else she would go back to the underworld forever. And just as they're about to reach the exit, he looks back to check if she's there, and she was. But because he looked, she gets dragged back to Hades.
Yeah. And some tellings of that, when he looks back, when he sees her, she's all decomposed.
Yeah.
Oh, Greek myth.
Demeter goes looking for Persephone, but doesn't know where she is, and forbids the earth to grow while Persephone's not on it. Which is where the Greeks explain where their seasons come from, because the fall and the winter was because those were the 6 months Persephone was in the underworld with Hades.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They apply the same role to Persephone. Hades tricked her into eating something. So when Hermes went to get her from the kidnapping, Hades made the point that she had consumed the food of the underworld, but because it was only the seeds of the pomegranate, then it was only a third of the year she would be required to stay there.
Yeah, so it's winter is when she's there. But yeah, it's Demeter is it's like the goddess of growth or something.
Yeah.
It's one of her. Because most of the Greek gods have like 3 different roles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Demeter, the goddess of the harvest and agriculture.
Yeah.
But also the goddess of health, birth, and marriage. I guess because she's the goddess of the fertility of the earth, and she's just the goddess of fertility.
Well, YouTube, I do hope you're enjoying your plunge into Greek classical myth 101. There will be a test at the end of the Praetorium.
If anyone asks you about Greek mythology, just say incest.
There were
incest or rape. Those are the 2 things.
Regicide as well.
Incest and rape by Zeus.
Patricide.
Yeah.
You want to go to the start of it?
Zeus doesn't kill Kronos
because he's immortal.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he just banishes all the Titans.
And I mean, Kronos technically doesn't kill his children. He just eats them, and they
just
are stuck forever in his stomach.
Well, until Zeus cracks his head open, which somehow contains his children, and they all pop out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, somehow, someone, Poseidon ejaculates, and a bull comes out. I don't know. It's like.
Well, look into the birth of the goddess Athena.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or was it Athena or Aphrodite? One of them sprung fully formed from the forehead of her father.
It's Athena because that's where her wisdom comes from.
Yeah. I mean, that is one pretty awful pimple.
And then there's just Loki and his shenanigans. Or their shenanigans.
The strangest thing for me, for Loki, is the birth of... what's his name? Sleipnir, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Why is Loki become the female in there? When out of the choice? I don't quite understand why he becomes the female and then carries Sleipnir to the turn.
Well, you know what how the old saying goes, try everything once.
Because the others are from somebody else. Again, I can't think of the name of the movie. Angerboda, is it? The Mother of Power?
I mean, if you try to follow Loki's actual origins, he doesn't actually really properly exist. His entire life story is some kind of fucked up time loop.
Yeah, I think that's what they... I don't know, okay. Have either of you played God of War Ragnarok, or wanted to play God of War Ragnarok and therefore don't want spoilers?
Well, don't really care about spoilers with most things.
Ramsey?
No, I'm good. I'm not going to play those games.
Okay. That's kind of what they did in God of War Ragnarok, in that they allude that essentially who you meet as Jormungandr, you also meet a young version of Jormungandr. In fact, you save the young version of Jormungandr and release them to the wild. And it all becomes like this weird time loop that Kratos' son in God of War Ragnarok turns out to be the name that his mother chose for him. His mother, who turns out to be a giant in Norse, is Loki. So Kratos' son is Loki. And you rescue this little snake from captivity as Atreus. And then that turns out to be Jormungandr, who has helped you in the previous game and in this game in its massive fuck-off world-eater version of the snake. And they just developed this whole time loop thing about it. It's weird. It was weird to wrap my head around.
Yeah, Loki's story in mythology is really bizarre. In that I mean, everybody knows the basic, that he's actually son of the king of the ice giants. And is raised by Odin.
As a prisoner of war.
Yeah.
It was a fairly common thing, actually.
Yeah.
Back in
You'd take
Dark
a ward
Ages.
of your enemy to ensure they don't attack you.
When you defeated somebody, or when you allied with a former enemy, you would take a member of their family.
Yeah.
But yeah, he dies, but is reincarnated as himself back in time. And it's just kind of like, well, if Loki is Loki reincarnated, where did Loki come from?
Yeah.
It's a really, really weird thing. And my understanding is that there's a fair bit of scholarly discussion and interpretation where they're basically turning around and saying, yeah, look, the way Loki changes and all these stories and descriptions of his behavior, his physical form, his gender, swap and change around so much, probably Loki is an amalgamation of several different similar characters from myths that predated the more codified versions of the myths that we have now. Which is then argued that, maybe that's where a lot of trickster gods came from, or shape-shifting gods who seem to have contradictory stories. It's, yeah, if you trip down that rabbit hole like I have on a few occasions, it's interesting stuff into the human psyche.
Yeah.
Do you believe in Eorzea?
I always chuckle when there's a church of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints fairly close to me that I have to walk past to walk into town. And it always makes me chuckle because they have this symbol above their front door. And it's almost exactly like the symbol of Odin. That kind of like three-pointed kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like. I guess it's like a three-pointed star, but the arcs are all circular to each other's point, and it just goes on forever if you follow it around.
Right. Yeah, it's often described as a Celtic knot.
Ah, right. Yeah.
I think.
Let's see.
I'll send you a quick image.
Not quite that. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's within the Celtic knot. So some of the Celtic knots have. Yeah, when I look on Google Images, there's one which has like the triangle bit and then like a circle running through it, like two separate bits. Yeah, it's kind of the pointed triangular bit. Just that. Yeah, that Celtic knot. Yeah. Yeah, and that's that. Incredibly similar to how some of Odin's symbols are displayed. Sometimes they're just in actual triangles, but there's also like a
you've also, when you look at that, you can kind of see in the version I'm about to send you. I'll send you a thingy, a message over Discord quick. Actually, I'm just going to put it in the chat for this, so Ronzi can see it too, so he doesn't feel left out.
That's fine.
How do I bring up the chat again? What?
On the call?
Yeah.
There's a little speech bubble.
Click the speech bubble next to the party chat.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So that's the image I think of when I say Celtic knot. You can see that it almost looks like three of the Jesus Christ fish symbols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only a man of power can rightly steer the course of civilization.
So,
This land of creeping mendacity.
yeah, and I mean it's so common in history for different religions as they conquer and expand into areas to incorporate aspects of the religion that's present in that region. I mean, just look at the timings of most of the Christian festivals in Europe.
Yeah.
They're all centered around the pagan agricultural calendar.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I bet you could go to a certain sect of Christianity and picture the idea of a new nickname for God being the All-Father, because he is God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. And they'd be like, you know what, that's a really good idea. Actually, it's like it's Odin's nickname. But he is the All-Father.
I don't know if the healer's here.
I thought they were. There we go.
Not fairy.
Yeah, I had a point in my early 20s. So, you know, back around the dawn of most of these religions. Where I was fascinated by the interconnectedness of the core principles of most religious philosophy. Which is kind of like there are things that occur and happen in life that don't make sense, so we want to try and find a way to explain that, and cultures separated by distance and time repeatedly come up with the same or similar concepts for it. So what's the reason? What's the connection? Why is there a connection? Is there maybe actually something to it that we don't properly understand, even now. Yeah, it's interesting to get into. I'm gonna limit 3. No, I don't think I can. Can I? Can I get both of them?
Both, yeah, if you play just right.
Took a damn AoE to the face doing it. Yeah, there's all kinds of weird little things in the world that are just a little too bizarre, which don't make too much sense, which we can't really sort of point to and go, well, this is the definitive reason why. Or we can't discount that it's not intentional. My favourite example of that is the fact that all of the celestial bodies we've observed in our solar system and in other solar systems so far, the only place where a planet's moon can completely occlude the stellar body the planet is orbiting, where they appear as the exact same size in the sky and can overlap, and the moon or a moon can block out a star when observed from a planet. Only place we know of in all of existence so far where that actually happens is here.
Yeah.
And the only period that is happening is the point where humanity has developed the capability to question it. And there's no evidence to suggest that there is a creator or that the moon was put there in order to do that. But it's just a weird little coincidence.
There's a name for that theory. It's to do with a watch on a beach. Basically, it's the kind of the divine creator argument that people make in essence.
Yeah.
That we observe something that we cannot explain. Similar to if you were walking on a beach and found a watch, and you didn't have watches, then is it not more logical to say somebody made this than to say it just is? So that is one of the arguments for a creator. But I mean, ultimately, a great. I know people don't like it, and certainly somebody who's from a scientific background, not a fan. But unfortunately, a great deal of if you're looking for how things came to be, why things came to be, the answer is just coincidence. Right place, right time, right set of conditions.
Yep.
Something at the start of the universe set a condition, and this is the inevitable outcome of that.
Yeah. I mean, it was like I watched a video the other day where it was a paleontologist discussing extinction events, and the answering questions from online. And in essence, the question was, would we be here if the extinction event for the dinosaurs didn't happen? To which the short answer he said was no. There would be there is no evidence that if the dinosaurs weren't wiped out, we would ever have come to be, because it was after the dinosaur extinction event that primates flourished.
Yeah, mammalian diversification
Yeah.
to fill empty niches.
Yeah, because we were just getting eaten at the time, or we were little
Yeah.
rats not doing anything.
Are you taking us into the Whirl Eater, Keronzi?
I will be, yes. I was just waiting
Okay,
for a moment.
Let me pick a melee class.
Are we going unsynced?
We are going unsynced, yes.
Okay, I'll go in. Put gear on. Yeah, like I said, the remarkable thing about that is that from their studies, the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs was formed and set on its course at the same time the Earth was formed.
Yeah.
So it was like it was guaranteed to happen.
No, well,
Was that one hit?
Yeah, if I hit my reassemble and get the guaranteed crit, I can
Nice.
usually one-shot the Sun Machinist.
That saves me falling off the edge because I got the sound turned down and I can't hear where the thing pops up.
Broad March was one of them. Very certainly was the Bowl of Embers as well.
It's a good thing Shin's got the sound.
The sound down. Yeah.
Much.
I'm assuming once I get to the end of Stormblood, my book will update and you won't have to see Thorn March anymore.
No, we will.
No, level 100.
Oh, really?
Level 100 was when my book updated to no longer require level 50 things.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen many people discussing advances and insights into quantum mechanics, turning around and saying it just works too perfectly. It's difficult to consider this a random occurrence. It just, if any tiny little variable was even a smidge wrong or different, all of existence wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to take one of two philosophical approaches to that, in my point of view. It's either a case of, well, we only exist because it's that way, which is why it is that way. It's kind of, yeah, it's like human consciousness, the question of why are we here? You know, the answer to that can only really lead back to answer the question, to ask the question.
Yeah. It's if you've already heard of Christopher Hitchens, he was an atheist. He was a journalist, but towards the end of his life, I think he spent most of his time doing debates on religion and such. One of his quotes that I enjoy the most was when somebody asked him, as an atheist, does he believe in free will? Because the religious people would say that free will was given to us. And his answer was, yes, I believe in free will because I have no choice to.
Yes. But yeah, the other philosophical standpoint that you take is that yes, it is intentional because it's created. And this is the crux of where people are coming with this simulation theory. You know, they're like, everything it's too ordered, it's too perfect.
The
Very Sophia.
unenlightened come.
You know, it has to be this way because this was the will of what created us. God damn it. So we...
Come forth, scales of revelation. I would know the weight of your souls.
I must say, I like the background to this fight.
Basically,
Can
we set
you
Keronzi
bring
on
equilibrium where
Yeah.
one doth not suffice?
Oh, almost right off the edge.
You didn't want to stick around and see if we had the burb?
Nah. When I get to
Oh.
the point where I want that, I will go and get it.
I have the Monster Hunter fight in my book this week.
Oh.
And Ronzi can't do it.
No.
No, I cannot.
I think I have soloed that one in the past. I don't remember how.
Second coil turn, too.
But yeah, when people get into these big arguments of science versus faith or religion, and they take this sort of, you have to be one or the other. It doesn't make sense to be both.
Yeah.
You can't be a person who has faith and believes and follows science.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to me it's like, well, if you're not considering both, you're never going to get the whole picture.
Well, that's where I like. I mean, I'm not religious anymore, but that's where if I had to choose one theory, it's the God of the gaps. It's the one that I can most accept. Which in essence is where science can't explain something, there God resides.
Interesting.
Yeah, personal view I've always taken because this is going more to the morality side of things, where those in religions will argue, oh, you can't be a good person if you don't follow the word of the book. My thought is as well, no, I can be. If I have to rely on a book to be good, am I really a good person?
Yeah. Ricky Gervais makes that joke in Afterlife. He's having a conversation with another character who is religious, and of course, Ricky Gervais's character is not going to be religious because he isn't. And she says, well, how do you know good from bad without believing in God? Like, what stops you from going out and murdering as many people as you want? And he goes, well, nothing. Like, nothing stops me going out and murdering as many people as I want. I regularly do that because I want to murder nobody.
Yeah.
Like, it's like nothing's stopping me. I just don't want to go out and kill someone. So yeah, it's a similar.
Yeah. You see, this is why I'll often use the word faith instead of religion. To me, religion is something that's been organized and is run and is an organization.
Tax exempt.
Yes.
Charity.
Yes. Whereas faith is something that an individual will feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I
Yeah,
say
and
that this is a cult, not a religion, because I have to pay my taxes.
I have to say, I'm not a religious. I'm not a spiritual person. Spirituality kind of ends up annoying me in a lot of the kind of the modern spirituality stuff, like, you know, like see yourself float out from your body and all this kind of stuff. But I was reading a book recently on, well, it was recommended as like a starting point for doing like inner child trauma work as part of kind of looking to treat my mental health. And it's written by a Buddhist. I have to say, for the first time, spirituality talk was actually kind of making sense to me. Like the Buddhist approach to it is just so, just seems to be so much better than how most modern religions put stuff. There's no kind of guilt behind it. There's no threat of anything. It's just like on one thing. I mean, they explained it logically. They were talking. I mean, it was in spiritual terms. They were talking about how you're connected with everything. You know, the whole the stereotype of Buddhism, make me one with everything type thing. And they were
Isn't
talking
that a
about,
burger order?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Buddha walks into McDonald's and says, "Make me one with everything." And so they're going down that spirituality tone, but they were saying, "Oh, but like, hold up a leaf to somebody and ask them what it is, and they'll tell you it's a leaf, but they won't tell you that it's the sun, that it's water. But without those things, that leaf would not exist." And it was like, okay, this is kind of scarily making sense to me.
Yeah.
And then there was another thing they're talking about, how people approach things and having to have reasons for stuff. Like you go for a walk because of the destination, not just because you're walking. And they were like, of course, this person's first language isn't English. They're a Thai monk. And they're saying they always find it strange in English when you say that the wind is blowing or the rain is falling, but the nature of wind is to blow. If there was no blowing, there would
There's
be no wind.
Yeah.
So why can you not just say there's wind? Same with rain. Like, rain's nature is to fall. If it's not falling, it's not raining. So why do you say the rain is falling? Why do you not just say there's rain?
Because English is three baby languages
Yeah.
stood on top of each other in a trench coat.
Yeah. But it's just things like that. It's like
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said, like, now if I was going to look to get into a religion, I probably would choose Buddhism, just because it just seems there's just so much. It just seems more appealing to me than other organized religions. But
Be
I
honest.
sat there like, this is kind of scarily making sense to me compared to other spiritual crap I've read.
Look into some of the concepts of Shinto Buddhism. Because Shinto is one of the few religions that I've ever found that is completely accepting in its structure of other religious concepts.
Right.
It will incorporate the philosophies, the concepts, the general message of other religions, and be like, well, yeah, this is kind of what we've been saying all along anyway. And it is accepting of them. And it's, if somebody was to try and philosophically merge religious thought, all religious thought, Shinto would be the path I would suggest taking through, because that flexibility in it is, I think, probably the easiest way for that to go through.
Yeah. Yeah, I never understood why three of the major religions were in essence
Share the same source.
But
and
they
fucking hate each other.
worship the same God, but they call him I'll call them different names.
Hmm.
God, Allah, Yahweh. Okay, the only bit that really you should argue over, which really shouldn't be an argument, is the prophets and stuff. Like one sect believes Jesus is the Son of God. One says that the other two say we accept he was a prophet, but he isn't as important as you say he is. But fundamentally, you all worship the same God, just call him a different name, and it's. But yeah, you all just hate. Well, yeah, I was gonna say this, but you'll probably get people in chat be like, "Oh, like we don't all hate each other like the average person, so tarnish them all with the same brush." But I just don't see how they don't get on enough. I mean, I know, like I did see that, like Islam in past years has had got a bad reputation with things that have happened, and I saw that somebody, this was about a couple of years ago, someone had worked out, because Islam is technically the youngest of those major religions, and someone had worked out that if you did this with Christianity, it puts you smack bang in the middle of the Crusades.
Yes.
So
So
we know what Christianity was doing when it was this age. In the world.
We also know what Christianity did when it was the youngest of those shared religions, which was completely suppress the older.
Yeah.
The Romans, when Christian, were still persecuting Jewish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what it basically boils down to, from my understanding, is that Judaism does not believe the Son of God has come.
Yep.
Christianity believes that Christ or Jesus was the Christ, the Son of God.
Yep.
And Islam teaches that Christ was a prophet, such as Muhammad, but Muhammad has been given instruction more recently, and therefore has the latest release.
Yeah.
So that word is what is more important.
Unless you believe Joseph, what's his face, and his gold tablets in America. That's the Mormonism.
Yeah. Well, from what I learned on that was essentially they turned around and they said that after Jesus passed in Nazareth, or God, why can't I think of the goddamn name? Jerusalem, thank you. When he died there, and resurrected and then ascended bodily into heaven, he didn't actually do that. He nipped over to America for a cheeseburger. I found a bunch of natives and taught them the ways of Christ, and they recorded it on gold tablets and then forgot all about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. He just wanted to sleep around. He wanted more than one wife. That's the only reason why Mormon exists.
It's like I said, organized religion is essentially turning around and saying this feeling of faith that people can often will experience in their lifetimes is provided by this named being, and they want you, if you want to protect yourself, your soul, whatever, they've given you these rules to follow, which I have, and I'm telling you what they are because I know. So you basically do what I say.
Yeah.
And it's a form of populist control.
Yeah. You know, one of the weirdest things is the amount of time that I've actually spent talking about Mormonism on stream is insane. They got some very weird practices.
I'll tell you one thing. Which is an eye-opener for a lot of people. with European Christian history and backgrounds. The common belief is that the Bible basically says never suffer a witch to live, and it is against magic, and that magic is the work of the devil, right?
Yeah.
That's the common conception of magic in Christian history. But what do the priests do in communion?
They transmute bread into the body of Christ and wine into the blood of Christ.
They perform a ritual.
Alchemy.
They perform a ritual, speak the correct magic words, and change the very essence of material things.
Yes, but that's being
That's
done.
magic.
That's being done in the name of God. That's the difference.
Also,
It's-
only being done by a very select few of powerful men.
Yes, it was is essentially a form of control.
Yeah.
It is not what we no, you can't do it because we are doing it. You're not allowed to do it.
You're only allowed to do it if you paid your membership fee and know the secret handshake.
Yes, pretty much. All right, Denston, what do we got here?
We've utterly derailed your entire stream, Ronzi.
That's fine.
Debate that wandered through science, politics, and religion.
I really don't care. That is perfectly fine by me. Ever since we took control of that rock, it's been my job to keep an eye on the skies over the Celladales. When the misty mane of a Doxy's pool sweeps in, there ain't no point weighing anchor as you can't see an ilm in front of your face. Long story short, I have to stay here and watch the weather, but I'll be listening out for word on how you got on. Thanks for agreeing to do this, by the way. Having a fabled hero like yourself go through the same regime as the infantrymen will do wonders for morale. Any road. The weather seems to be behaving just now, so let me know when your crew's ready to be ferried over. We'll get everything else in place in the meantime. Give them storm elites a bloody nose from me, eh? Alright. Are you guys on classes that you want to do Stormbreaker on?
Maybe.
I don't know, because I'm not there. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, we should be good.
Yeah.
That was quicker
You said
than I was
Stormbreaker.
Hullbreaker.
But you said Stormbreaker. I'm going to withdraw.
You're right, I did say Stormbreaker. You know what I meant!
Meet our party member.
Huh?
Escape the path. Escape the ring. And then fall back into it.
Oh, you went to healing.
Why do you think we got such a quick queue?
I was
Thanks,
surprised. You're right. I know.
Yeah, I might have got some experience actually.
My brain is just... Yeah. It's not wanting to process complex physical doing things. It's I'm happy with just press button, source code for
And discuss complex spirit topics.
that's scientific. Yes.
Theological.
Well, that can't be stunned.
Interesting. I was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, when when my brain isn't doing motor processing too good, it's it likes to swap over to going, okay, well let's give the neurons instead of the fingers a workout.
Surprise! The EPS isn't running ahead trying to pull extra things.
I think aggro gets a bit weird because of the spacings in here.
Is that something I should be standing in? Probably not.
No.
It gives the marble buff. It's gonna pull the marble way out of it.
Okay, that's good to know. Wasn't aware of that.
Still,
I can't remember what we're meant to do in this one. I'm pretty sure we can just out DPS it.
I think this is the squad fight. I'm not sure.
If you remember these folks, Keronzi.
No. Should I?
It's the all-female pirate crew.
Oh! Need to actually go and do the quest that they're giving in their cabin. Assuming we can't actually... Come here. Come here.
Okay. I can't outspeed that thing. People are sprinting on.
You guys need to look at me. Is there any one of them that are running chasing people? No? Okay, cool.
Oh, you're the healer. Standard practice. Monkey. That tiger's like the drag rope, irrespective. Yeah. By the way, Ronzi, going right back in this conversation,
Yep.
I think we are going to need to start referring to you as Zeus during our Final Fantasy playthroughs.
Okay.
As in Zeus.
No.
No.
Too late. Alright, no, that's fair. I accept that judgment.
All I remember about this boss is that I hate it. Can't remember why.
I'd rather find out.
Glad Smiley remembers the mechanics.
I don't know what's going on.
You guys should have run into the mud.
Oh, okay.
Because it grounds electricity.
I thought so.
I'm not quite sure how this one works. Oh, that's I hate this mechanic in any boss fight.
Whee!
Oh shit.
They're gonna have to do something like that. That's what they do.
Oh.
They explode.
Ooh. There's no ice up here, you stupid.
Into a mud puddle.
I'm in a mud puddle. I apparently can't do anything though.
As long as you don't die. That's doing something.
I'm gonna try and myself.
You run away from.
Fleetwood Mac told me that you can never break the game.
Yeah, well, they're all a bunch of liars, aren't they? Let's be honest. They've broken many a chain in their life.
Damn you 70s prog rock bands. How could you lie to me?
Apart from Mick, I think Mick's the only decent one.
So, my friend whose dad passed end of last year is putting on a music event in celebration because his dad was guitarist and actually taught my mate and through him me our first bits on the guitar. I agreed to help and possibly play some stuff, providing my left arm can actually hold up to it. But he sent me a load of stuff that he wants to do.
Alright, where is everything?
Drag the melee guys over to the ranged guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been sort of listening through it. And there is a lot of really complicated stuff being done by those. A few of the tracks have been by Fleetwood Mac.
Freaky!
Yeah, I mean, Lindsay Buckingham may have not had the best personal life, but as a guitarist, he's pretty good. Might have a silly name.
Hell, I used to gig with a guy called Lyndon.
Yeah, I mean, I've just started taking like 6-string lessons myself because self-teaching was getting me nowhere. And when I mentioned finger picking, I of course mentioned landslide. So it would be nice to play, but heaven knows I'm probably years away from that. Been able to play
Well,
that.
You might be. I'd probably know it if I heard it, but the name doesn't ring a bell for me. I'm not the biggest Fleetwood Mac fan in the world, but I have heard a lot of their stuff. But you're probably doing better than me when I decided to try to learn finger picking, which was to try to learn Stairway to Heaven.
Ah, the song that breaks all song rules because it gets quicker as it goes on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Zeppelin. They were basically just doing whatever the fuck they felt like.
Does he finger pick Stairway to Heaven?
Intro.
Ah, I always thought he picked it.
Whoop, look at who you're fighting, Ronzi.
Misbeard! What do we got to do here?
Not be near the barrels when he blows them up.
Can knock him away. Okay, now we need to have a finger. What goes into those three? I think I did it too soon.
I wasn't entirely sure what we were doing there, but...
There was something about the potions in the chest. I seem to not do anything.
Right.
Oh, run.
Yeah, I can't recall the title of the song off the top of my head. I'll check the playlist I've got for it in a minute. But there's one of them the sort of listening to it critically. It's really like, man, that's good.
Yeah.
Let me go
I-
find that.
I remember, like in high school, for one of the annual kind of inter-house competitions in school, there was a music competition. So we'd formed like a little band, and I was convinced they'd asked me to learn Mr. Brownstone, Guns N' Roses, on the bass,
Oh, right.
and I was having all sorts of trouble with it. Just that riff. And then a week later, they were like, "So how are you getting on with the song?" I was like, "It's fucking tough, right? You know, like Mr. Brownstone, it's got that heavy riff." And they're like, "What you on about, Mr. Brownstone?" So I wanted to learn Mr. Brightside by the Killers. I was like, "Oh." Suddenly, like infinitely easier song.
Oh man.
I thought you were going to be
Frickin-
like, brown sugar or something.
No, it's Mr. Brightside, which is like a really basic bass track.
Yeah.
Isn't Mr. Brightside the white people? Oh, what? I forget. It's white people's Despacito, right?
Yeah. Although I think White People's Despacito has now become Shut Up and Dance by Walk on the Moon. I think that's now the White People's Despacito.
Oh dear me.
Right. Yeah. So the song is titled "Oh Well" Part 1.
A Fleetwood Mac song I don't recognize.
Yeah, it is impressive. And it actually reminded me of a Yoko Kano song.
You know, I have heard this before
Hmm.
because I've seen a bit of a chat show which Lindsay Buckingham was on, and he was just playing this, but I didn't know what it was. But he just started jamming this.
Yeah.
I assume these are two layered guitars, and he's not playing harmonics with himself.
Look, quite honestly, some of the shit that people back then pulled, it might be him somehow managing to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen some messed up playing.
I mean, if you can fingerpick really well, you can pull off some shit like harmonizing yourself. Knopfler does it all the time,
Yeah,
and I have no
he's-
idea how, but
he's the master of it.
yeah.
Where is that?
And the trousers.
It's very bluesy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very bluesy.
a lot of. If you listen to Fleetwood Mac, a lot of it is still very structured around that blues sort of
Yeah.
standards. Okay, let me just double check. Yeah, it's this track. I have no idea what the image they put on this is, but I'm gonna pop a YouTube link into the voice channel chat. I almost instantly hear similarities in style, not necessarily composition.
How was it? Did you give them elites the hide in their lives or what? Come on, out with it. Patience, lad. All of Limsa will know the tale ere long. 'Twas a sight to behold, that much I will say. Ilya and her comrades carved their way through the beasts and men like a cutter through a swall. Not even a visit from the sirens and the kraken could slow their pace. Pirates turned up at the drill? What in the 7Ls did they want? Why, to do their civic duty, of course. They invited themselves as members of the Black Sails unit. You'd be forgiven for forgetting, but the pirates' powers are still bound to the Maelstrom by the Gladian Accord. Of course, they never deigned to take part in our exercises, and we've long since stopped asking. As for why they chose to grace this one, I reckon word got out that the Warrior of Light would be facing our finest, and they'd fancy to go themselves. I saw no reason to deny them. Ha! Admit it, you wanted to see if them old cutthroats could still hold their own in a fight. Begging your pardon, Chief, but are you alright? You look a bit sore. Don't tell me you... I deemed it good for morale. But I did not come here to speak of that. Ilya, the Maelstrom is grateful for your participation. You may sail with us till sea swallows all. Good day to you both. Knack. I'd have stowed away on the ferry if I'd known the Chief would be fighting. Seeing you in action must have woken the spirit of the Golden Age in him. Though I doubt he's as spry now as he was back then, I hope you didn't give him too bad a beating. Legends like Mistbeard never get old, but the Chief, well, he's just a man. But let's keep this little chat between ourselves, eh? Good to see you again, Ilya. Thanks for helping out the Chief. Okay, there's a way to actually get the Mistbeard mask, isn't there?
I think you can obtain a replica.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
It comes from a treasure hunt.
Oh yeah,
Of course it does.
It's from the Unbound Leather or Unhidden Leather maps, isn't it?
It is, yes.
You don't have to go into a dungeon. You just gotta hope that you find it whenever you unearth it.
And you get the unhidden leather maps by doing all the other
Treasure dungeons.
Well, through treasure hunts from
Through
the
level 60s,
Heaven's
right?
Ward, I think.
Yeah.
Archeo skin map. Boar skin, dragon skin, goat skin.
Yeah, I think it's any of the Heaven's Ward have a chance of dropping it.
Oh, no, that took my brain a second to realise that what you actually said there was boar skin with a B.
Did you think you had war skin?
With an F.
Oh,
Boar skin.
you foreskin, war skin, yeah, gore skin.
Foreskin map. What?
That follows a 3-skin map.
Is it a case of don't rub it, the area you need to search gets larger?
Well, going back to our spirituality talk and religion and stuff,
Gotta
there's
peel it
about
back.
13 of Jesus's foreskins out there as holy relics.
Yeah. There's... I can't remember. I think it was one of the saints. One of the major known saints. But I was watching... Oh, I don't know, some silly Discovery Channel shit. Expedition Unknown or something. Where they were sort of tracking down holy relics. And they said, you know, if you were to actually count the amount of knuckle bones that are attributed to this saint, then he must have had like 8 arms or 8
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, I know there was another saint out there where if you add up all the bones in the world that claim to be from this person, they have like over 500 bones in their body.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been that. I know. It's just like, yeah.
There's all sorts of weird things. People just make claims that you've got it.
Well, this
I mean-
was during the Crusades. There were unscrupulous merchants in the Holy Lands and nearby, who would basically just sort of dig up bodies and then claim that the body parts and bones that they had were relics.
Yeah.
And sell them on to the Crusaders traveling through.
Well, they make that joke in Life of Brian, don't they? Where it's like, behold the holy shoe, and it's like, no, follow the god.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, but that's it's a known thing that so many holy relics were sold by shysters.
yeah. I think I remember reading once that they DNA profiled one of these holy relics. It wasn't even human.
Mhm.
When now that they had DNA, it was like a goat bone or something.
That might have been one of the Bigfoot scalps from Tibet. I know they did that. They had a scalp that they claimed was from a Bigfoot enshrined in one of the monasteries up in the mountains in Tibet. And I can't remember whether they did it properly or whether somebody just like grabbed a couple of hairs out of it whilst handling it. But they did DNA testing on it, and it was a goat. You know, and it's
Goat Simulator is Bigfoot Simulator?
It was a bloody
Yeah.
big goat.
yeah. Maybe one of those goats that stand on 2 feet and make circuit boards.
Satanas?
Alright, Sonny, what have you got to say? As storm clouds give way to sunlight, so hope returns to Zandu, and clarity of vision to Sanu. Or to Sanu. Sanu sees Netherling for who she truly is. Netherling is bearer foretold. Once long ago, in the midst of a great battle with the tribe from the Nethers, a horrid, wicked demon comes to feast on the bodies of the fallen. Manu? We name him. Manuk Manu, we decry him. For generations, he hunts the Vanu, but this day, we say no more. The greatest of our heroes climbs atop the beast's back, and with blade black as midnight, she rips his eyes from his head, and casts them into the cloud sea. In hour of great need, eyes return to the Vanu. Look to the bearer for salvation, she declares. So it comes to pass, and now, Netherling's deeds we remember forevermore. So I'm just trying to clear as many
Yeah.
things as I can.
I think I'm actually going to have to call it a night there, Ronzi.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
The brain is willing, but the body is weak.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do the same because I feel my headache coming back.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you all for joining. I do appreciate it greatly.
No problem. Anytime you want to get on stream and have random debates about weird, pointless things, feel free.
Anytime. Seriously, anytime. I really don't mind. I would welcome it.
I've spent too much time following weird YouTube and Wikipedia rabbit holes. Yeah, that was before YouTube and Wikipedia were things. Oh, right. Okay. Well, enjoy rest of Ronzi's stream, Twitch chat, and YouTube people. I'm sure Ronzi will do something amusing and find some kind of monster that just approaching will kill him. To sort of drool over and go, yes.
So you turning around and saying, "I'll do something interesting." I'm like, wait, are you talking about the same person here?
Yeah. Yeah. I will catch you later, Ronzi, and your stream another time.
Indeed. Take it easy.
Mate.
Get it.
Yeah, no.
Head off as well. So
Yeah.
catch you another time, Ronzi. Have a good
Yep.
one.
Take it easy.
See ya.
Bye. And then there was me. Alright. That storyteller. Click, click. Oh, once more, you have slain our ravening god. Your tribe must think you a great hunter indeed. Even the One Mind must begin to appreciate the folly of their wasteful summonings. But tell us, great hunter, how were you able to pass the seal? Did it simply melt away at the approach of your indomitable presence? I can't remember. A gemstone of fire and earth? There is something. A memory we have from the One Mind. Before we were cast out. A memory of burning eye of Ravana. The Overmind has recollections of legends 100 generations old. We remember the tales of our god as he once was. An all-devouring beast whose eyes were torn from him by an invading tribe. The Gnath have sought to recover this lost relic for centuries. It might be rejoined with Ravana, reborn. But ever were it found, it is said that only the most worthy of warriors can bear its searing touch. Now I understand why the seal granted you passage. But tell us, great hunter, how came you by the eye? A youngling named Unukalhai? Your deed has returned many memories to the surface of our mind. But that name is not among them. To gift you with such a prize, he too must have thought you worthy. We thank you, great hunter. Too soon do our memories from the Overmind fade, but you have given us a new story to tell. Alright, well I need to go back to the Rising Stones then. Back to the toll. Honestly, I don't know how much longer I'm going to continue on anyway, because I mean, it's late-ish. I mean, we did start late, so there is that. But I also have some stuff I need to do in the background. I need to do some clips for some videos that are expiring soon. I need to try and get ahead of that more than just, like, you know, a week before they expire. I also need to just, like, start honestly thinking about scheduling more clips and everything for TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Just so I've got some stuff lined up more. I don't have to worry too much. You needn't say a word. The aetheric readings left no doubt. The Lord of the Mist is no more. For the time being, at least. After all, such beings have a rather troublesome tendency to return. Let us turn our attention to the Lord of the Hive, who in quiet meditation awaits your coming. Well, we kind of dealt with both, actually. And thus the Lord of the Hive's essence returns unto the land. And thus has the essence of Ravana joined that of the Lord of the Mists in its return into the land. You have my gratitude, Warrior of Light. Without your valiant efforts, these primal terrors would have invited devastation on a cataclysmic scale. For unlike others of their ilk, Bismarak and Ravana both harbour the desire and the power to reach Azizlar. It is with dreadful certainty that I sensed their intent to feed on the strength of the warring triad, and thereby amplify their own power by an order of magnitude. By what wisdom do I claim such certainty? I am gifted with, how should I put it, this intimate knowledge of the primal mind. You are curious, I am sure, but you need not understand the nature of power to use it, do you? It is much the same with the Echo, I imagine. The realm of Eorzea. Ever has it been a land embraced by gods? For weal or for woe, I should wonder. For the time being, I shall remain here in the Rising Stones and assist Urianger with his research into the icons. If you should require aught further of me, simply ask. I wonder if Unukalhai has any further meaning to the story. Binder of the False Gods. Okay, we want that more. Who more than meets the eye? I'll be there for you. Home of the Brave. Complete the vital sides. Alright, so with that, what else could I potentially do? Yeah, I mean, there's remembering the past. What I might do is I might continue the quests that I'd started in the Ruby Sea. I also kind of want to start looking at leveling up some of this stuff. I mean, I haven't really prepped much in the way of this stuff, so I might look at doing some of that over the weekend. Because if I got a kind of slow roll of the story, I should look at just finding some stuff to do. But something to potentially do is make sure I've got all of my classes above 61 so I can take them into Heaven on High. I know I've got story quests I need to do as well. Well, I think one thing I should actually do as well, something that I said that I was going to do, is we can go and look at housing. See what's going on there. Gonna be a little boring for you guys, Twitch and YouTube, so I'm sorry about that. Alright, no, because there's 2 tabs, isn't there? Maybe we're looking for at least a medium. Oops, hang on. That's fine. Most of the people have bought a lot of them. Alright, so we've got at least a large there, but we do not have 42 million gil. No, we've got one there for 20. I don't think we have 20 mil. It's 19. Alright, was it? Oh, it's 16. This? Available to 3 companies owned and private buyers. Lottery, except insurance. Over the second. Okay. Alright, I need more information. The resident caretaker is where I can go for some more information on this. Maybe. Pick the blocks, okay. Housing inquiries. Okay. Yeah, plots of land. A plot of land is required to build an estate. In addition, the size of the estate that must match the size of the plot in which it is built. Purchasing. Depending on the housing area, land may be purchased as first come first served basis or by lottery. You can confirm which purchase system available in the plot, like the entrance, unavailable land. Land that is no longer has an owner will be marked currently unavailable for purchase. Unavailable plots under the lottery system will become available for purchase at the beginning of the next entry period, while first come first served plots will become available after a certain period of time has passed. Estates which have not been entered by the owner for 30 days at a time. We designate abandoned and schedule. Okay, so we would need to at least go in once a month. Also deletion. Once the estate hall has not been entered for a total of 45 days, it will be demolished. Month and a half. And the plot will be put up for sale. While any members of a free company may enter the company estate hall to prevent auto-deletion, only the owner can prevent the auto-deletion. Okay. So if it's a free company one, as long as any member goes in. Reclaiming funds and furnishing following auto-deletion. In the event that you lose, the plot will be sold and you will be able to claim indemnification 80% of the plot's value. Furthermore, furnishings which can be safely removed will be stored for safekeeping by the resident caretaker. However, you must speak with the resident caretaker within 35 days of auto-demolition to reclaim funds and furnishings. In the case of free company, estates can only be performed by members with the authority to purchase or relinquish the land. Housing lottery. In lottery housing areas, you may enter the lottery for a plot of land by accessing the place card located as its entrance to second enter the lottery. A lottery schedule period will last for 5 days, after which the lottery results will be announced. The results period will last for 4 days. The lottery will be repeated in this way until all eligible plots are won and claimed. Characters fill the requirements listed below are eligible to submit one lottery ticket per period. Once submitted, the lottery entry may not be withdrawn. The requirements for entering the lottery are dependent on whether you are a private buyer or representing your free company. Entering as a free company, your free company must be authorized to acquire land. Yes, your free company must have 4 or more members. Yes, you must be authorized by your free company to purchase land. Yes, you must have been a member for your free company for 30 days or longer. Yes. You purchase land in Emporium, you must first complete the main scenario quest Litany of Peace. Whether you are a private Shinigami, you must not without incident. I think I've done that. Entry deposits. To enter the lottery of the land, you must pay the full sum of its value up front. Okay. During the results period, You may confirm the lottery results of the plot of the land by accessing the card as entrance. Losing the lottery, you receive 100% refund of your deposit and your rental money. You'll be prompted to confirm the purchase of your plot of land. If purchasing a new plot, the amount of your deposit will be applied in full to your purchase and you will receive no refund. If you're relocating from an existing plot, in principle, approximately 50% of the value of the old plot will be refunded to you. Please note that the refund amount may not exceed the value of the new plot. You may finalize your purchase of the plot any time during the results period. Once the results period has ended, however, you automatically forfeit your claim to the plot. Should you fail to claim your plot, 50% cancellation. Oh, okay. So if we were to win and don't claim, we don't get the money back. Okay, regardless of the lottery results, any and all refunds for a given lottery period expire 90 days Earth time after the results period. Please be sure to access the same place card by which you entered the lottery within the allotted time. Failure to do so will result in the loss of any potential refund. Okay, good to know. Now, there is no board here. Okay, good to know. So the next thing that I need to go and check, I get I cannot. It's fine. I gotta go back this way. That one would be nice because that's like right on the edge as well. It's a very nice plot. I'm not gonna lie. The thing is, I don't believe we have the money. The Ruby Bazaar. No, I went. Yeah, no. I'm in the right place, but I kind of actually just wanted the markets. It's closer. Yeah, okay, we're 4 mil short. I mean, I've got the million in there, so I mean, we're at 17 if I was to use, like, an extra mil for my personal funds. But I need to sell more curtains and furniture. Alright, no, that's fine. I believe I do need to be gunboat for doing this, though. Don't we know? I just use the bike, it's quicker. Is this the right place? This man looks as though he could be the fisherman from the man that mentioned earlier. Hello there. Is there something you need? The tale of the fisherman in the Ruby Sea? Ah, yes, indeed. It has been a long time since I heard that one. I believe it was my great-grandfather who told me, or perhaps my great-great-grandfather, or perhaps my... It doesn't matter who you heard the story from, just tell us the story already. This is all well and good, sir, but if you could please just tell us the story. Yes, my apologies. Let's see if I can remember how it went. Oh, I hope very much you've not forgotten it. We might never know the whole tale if you have. The tome I received as a child was so tattered, I could only read bits and pieces of the story. Do I recall now? Once upon a time, there was a fisherman on the Isle of Onokoro who saved a Kojin of the Blue from the maws of a terrible beast. As thanks, the Kojin offered him a vial of liquid. When taken, it would allow the fisherman to plunge into the far depths of the ocean without drowning. It was there that their journey began together. They visited temples, palaces, and villages under the sea. They met all manner of men, women, and creatures, including a beautiful princess who had fallen into a deep, deep slumber. According to her people, she had been like that for years. Hearing this, the Kojin pulled out another vial containing an ancient Tamamizu potion, which had been passed down to him from his great-grandfather, or perhaps his great-great-grandfather. To continue with the story, upon being given this mixture, the princess was instantly awakened. The moment their eyes met, she and the fisherman fell in love, and they were immediately wed in a palace at the bottom of the sea, where they lived happily ever after. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to recount that regaling tale. It was truly enlightening. Ilya, from what we heard, I can assume that the story took place at Shisui of the Violet Tides. Perhaps we should return to Suino Sato and see if we cannot dig up any mention of this incident. Again, thank you very much, sir. You are a man of great wisdom. And back to fishing he goes. Right, so there is a... I'm gonna do that quest, I think, actually. Quickly fly on over. I haven't been to that, the giant volcano. I think this is the fishing quest line. Stay back or taste my steel. Yeah, please stay away. Not another step. I've come from Isari in search of Shihomori. From Isari, you say? Was it my father who sent you for me? My ship was attacked by the Red Kojin, but I was saved by this warrior of the blue. Would that we could have saved the cargo on board. Saved the cargo? Very well. Wait, Your kindness is greatly appreciated, but you cannot mean to go against the Red Kojin. Not alone. Please, miss, you have to go after him. He was gravely injured in my rescue. So it would be suicide for him to face them in his condition. Lava crab! How could I fall for such an obvious trap? Thank you, brave warrior. Oh, thank goodness you're both alright. Why have you come, woman? I'm sorry, you were both gone for so long. I began to worry and... Do not misunderstand. I am not angry. I only meant to say this in a... I only meant to say this place is dangerous. But the Red are gone now, and your cargo is safe. Is everything... Everything is there, yes? One, two... Yes, yes. This seems to be all of it. The others will be so happy when they see these goods. Thank you so much. Then my work here is finished. Wait, please. Would you at least tell me the name of the gallant Kojin who rescued me? My name? I am Kabuto of the Blue. You, brave warrior, what is the name of the woman who rescued me? Ilya. I shall remember it. I haven't much, but please, let me repay you both for your kindness. Ilya saved my life. For another to repay my debt of gratitude would be a stain on my honor. I see. Then at the very least, let me give you something. Most of these goods are worn or broken, but if anything here is to your liking, by all means. Broken? Repairing them is part of my training as a craftsman. Thankfully, the merchants of Kugane are willing to part with such wares for relatively little. Still, I hope there is something here that pleases you. What is this? That is a Karakuri puppet. Would that I knew who made it, or how. Fixing it was quite the challenge. Still, the children back home will love... I would have this Karakuri. Oh. This is a fine choice. Yes, a fine choice indeed. Far be it from me to deny the Kojin who saved me from his reward. Just gonna give it to the kids. Ilya, meet me at the entrance to Tamamizu. There, I will present you with a token of my thanks. A peculiar one, isn't he? Certainly not the best with words, but his heart is pure and his sword true. Thank you again for your help. Delivering these home should be easy enough on my own. Take care and safe travels. Alright. Bum, 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 bum. Shark! He's a shark. He's a shark. Anyway, enough of that. While I know little of what life is like on the surface, it seems to be a lovely place. The people are incredibly kind. I grew up listening to stories of how pirates would slit your throats the first chance they got, but those on Onokoro seemed rather cordial. Though perhaps I have your presence in part to thank for that. Xiao Sai shall be joining us shortly. Most stories in Suino Sato are passed down orally. He should be able to tell us if any of our own stories match the tale of the fisherman recounted to us. A tale in which a Hyaran fisherman and a princess were brought together by a Kojin and wed in a palace under the sea. It sounds almost as if a story about Shisui of the Violet Tides, though the part about the Ruby Princess marrying a her might be something of an embellishment. To the contrary, Your Grace. I believe generations back a Ruby Princess and a Hyrule man were once joined in holy matrimony. The son they bore was said to have had almost no scales. Until now, I had considered it merely to be a tale spun by the elders for their grandchildren. Yet it is possible that the story is true. Then there is a chance that the remedy also exists. It is not impossible. Your Grace, I must apologize to you. If I were being completely honest, I thought all hope for Lady Hisui's recovery was lost. What you tell me, however, has revived my hope. You are a born leader, though through your actions you have reversed all our fates. That is incredibly kind of you to say, but without this wonderful lady beside me, we would never have come so far. Indeed, Mistress Starage, please accept my deepest thanks. So long as you are here, I can rest knowing that Her Grace and our village will remain safe. Now, Your Grace, I suppose you are about to announce your intention to travel to where this Kojin of the Blue reside in search of this miracle cure? I wish you safe travels. Ilya, at long last, I can see the light. Hisui might finally be saved. Ba-ba-ba-da. The 63. The Elixir of Life. I could use my warrior here. I don't think I can use the samurai. Oh, well, I mean, I could use the samurai. Ilya, are you ready to go? Good, then let us immediately set out for Tamamizu. While Suino Sato has for the most part isolated itself from the rest of the world, we have had some little contact with the Kojin of the Blue. This, however, will be my first time visiting their village. You have been there before? Excellent. Then you should be able to show me around. You got it. Oh, I don't think I can. It's probably saying you're too low a level. Oh, hang on. No, I have to be Gunbreaker for that. No, you know what? Whoop. Hey, that could do so. You have come. Good. There you are. You disobeyed me to go. You disobeyed me to go and search for treasure again, didn't you? What's this? Ah, Ilya. A welcome surprise. I hope Kabuto has not given you too much trouble. She saved my life, and I wished to present her a token of my gratitude. I did not realize you were acquainted. Perhaps I should take my leave. Wait, Kabuto. Where are you going? What of your gifts to Ilya? So you did not come to speak with her? I was not even aware she was here. I came here searching for you. How many times must I tell you not to go searching for treasure on your own? The Red are running amok in the Ruby Sea. You know this. Yes, I went alone, and yes, I was saved by Ilya, but I believe it was fate. It brought us together and rewarded me with a Karakuri puppet. I will not deny you are a gifted fighter, but it would be foolish to mistake today's happenstance for good fortune. Though I suppose you have done worse in more favorable situations. Before we continue, I wish to add today's finds to the treasure vaults. You seem puzzled, Ilya. You must think he means to travel to the Isle of Zeki. Allow me to explain. As you are well aware, the Isle of Zeki has been home to the most prized relics of both Red and Blue since time immemorial. Though the Red guard it fiercely, they can no longer subsist on the plunder of the Imperials. Now they demand that we join in their work as mercenaries and raiders. Naturally, we refused, and so they deny us entry to the vaults. Rather than take up arms against our brothers, we have taken upon ourselves to create a new treasure vault here in Tamamizu. To that end, we have devoted a great deal of effort to searching far and wide for treasures with which to fill our vaults. If certain individuals would not learn to wander off on their own, I would take comfort in knowing said efforts are not wasted. The others would only slow me down. You'll have to forgive Kabuto. He is stubborn as his shell is thick. But you are not here to listen to our quarrels. Come, let us make our way to the treasure vaults. Kabuto, you've returned. What wondrous treasures have you brought us today? You can't possibly expect to fill the vault on your own. Such a task is much too great even for you. Let us help, brother. No, I work alone. Oh my. You never mentioned the puppet was a Kojin? Such detail, such craftsmanship. The Kami will surely be pleased with a treasure so fine. Kabuto of the Blue. What? Makura, was that you? No one walks alone, Kabuto. To turn your back on your brothers and sisters would be a folly of the greatest order. A Sukomogami? Sukumogami. Oh, great. Oh, great divine spirits. We are humbled by your presence. Okay. I was not expecting this. Rise your heads and be proud. You have done well to gather such a glorious bounty. But the task before you is too great for a single Kojin. Kabuto, you must lead your brothers and sisters. Lead them to even greater treasure and prosperity. You have been chosen, brother. I am honored, truly I am. I swear on my honor our vault will overflow with riches, but I need no help too. Silence! You will form a company of treasure seekers, starting with her. Yes, you, with the horns. Oh wow, they actually made reference to my race. Sweet. Please, Divine One, there is no need to burden her with such insolence. And you call yourself a warrior, but your prowess pales before the might of Ilya. Was it not you who said it was fate that brought you together? Yes, but how do you... You must accept that to which fate has bound you, Kabuto, and do so with all your heart. Henceforth, you and Jules will be known as the Divine Circle. Who else shall join you in this endeavor? Well, there is Zukin, Makura, and Shikataki. I mean, that is if it isn't an inconvenience. Where is your backbone, Kabuto? The duty placed upon you is both sudden and daunting, so your uncertainty shall be forgiven. but only this once. Furthermore, okay, it's Tsukumo. Furthermore, until you have proven your resolve to be unbending and your mind focused, I, Tsukumo, will oversee your operations personally. And with that, our team is assembled. Let us set forth and seek out the untold riches of the realm that even the Red Kojin will burn with envy. Society quest unlocked. I think this is the one they're like, no, you're not doing this. Is that a that's not shogi. That looked like Go. The Blue Kojin have begun contributions. They're going to make contributions to the vault in Tamamizu. The Divine Circle. Friendly with a Kojin. Kojin Society quest not available. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from Shikataki. In order to undertake the next allied main quest, you must first complete the scenario quest, A Silence in 3 parts. I don't think I've done A Silence in 3 parts. Tamamizu. It's not so different to that of our own village. Now, where should we begin our search for this ancient Kojin remedy? We should ask some of your acquaintances for advice. We should find the Kojin who gave you the Book of Fairy Tales. But, of course, that is a brilliant idea. If I'm not mistaken, he goes by the name of Inban. Let us go and search him out. Why can't I do this? A new fisher experience. Oh, okay, I need to be the fish. Me to be a fisherman. And who might we have here? It has been many years, so it has been difficult to be absolutely sure. But I think this is Master Inban? The merchant I told you about? Inban? That is my name. Do we know each other from somewhere? Does the name Kurenai ring a bell? Kurenai? Yes, I remember now. You are the little girl from the palace. People grow up so fast, they do. You have changed so much, I scarcely recognize you. Master Inban, I am glad to see that you have not forgotten me. We have sought you out today that we might ask you something regarding the Book of Fairy Tales you gave me long ago. Ha 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 ha! I remember that one. What would you like to know? You are looking to find a cure for a sleeping friend? A most noble cause indeed. I'm an avid collector of ancient tomes. In one of them is the exact remedy of you speak, an elixir that can wake those who have fallen into a deep slumber. Truly? Then you might share with me the recipe so I can recreate it? The recipe should be easy to find. The necessary ingredients, on the other hand, not so much. What do you mean? To make this potion requires the shell of a bloated yomimi. A giant yomimi that has had over 100 years to mature. Decades have passed since one of these was last spotted. Your only hope now would be to capture a yomimi larva and wait 100 years for it to grow potent enough to make your cure. No, that cannot be. We will find a bloated one. We will find one. You're absolutely right. Just because none have been spotted in recent times does not mean none exist. We search hard enough, we are certain to come across one. Perhaps it is as you say. If you were to look hard enough, you will find one. If you are serious about this, I would suggest you begin your search in exile. It was formerly considered a prime hunting ground for these creatures, and kelp was often used to lure them out of hiding. Then I shall go and gather some straight away. Good. Gather the most succulent stalks you can find and take them to the cave. If any bloated yomimi are present, they will immediately be drawn to you. Or, perhaps you should have this woman here take them. You appear to be as strong as our gatekeeper you do. No doubt you will be able to make quick work of whatever appears. Ilya, I shall meet you at Exile in a bit. Kelp in hand. Were you not due to meet your friend at Exile? You best not keep her waiting. And away we go. Oh, here's Exile. I made sure to collect the longest and most luscious stalks of kelp I could find. Here, the hunting grounds Master Inbound mentioned are in the deep recesses of the cave just over there. From what I gathered, the bloated yomimi's great age is what allows them to accumulate an incredible amount of magic, most of which is concentrated in their shells. We can only hope that one should be here. Or should one be here, it will be tempted out of hiding by the sweet smell of its favourite food. I mean, we bought one of these in Hullbreaker. Wait. Not bad. I started off with the wrong button push. I thought I died then. Oh. Hey, man. A mixture of concern and curiosity brought me here. Goes the hunt. Ilya, Master Inban grew worried and kindly came to check upon us. Did you have any luck in the cave? Is this what I think it is? You did it, Ilya. You have procured a bloated umami shell. Perhaps the very last one in existence, even. So, this is the shell, rumored to be capable of curing any ailments. Looks nothing like that of a regular umami. You were able to find one so quickly. Makes me wonder if the bloated umami is not as gone as we think. Perhaps they simply began burrowing deeper into the earth in response to our excessive hunting. I must make up for this grievous miscalculation. Please, give me the shell. I shall make the remedy you seek and deliver it to Suino Sato. It may take some time to prepare, but it shall be well worth the wait. Hopefully you do. Thank you very much. Now, Hisui might... thank you very much. Now, Hisui might finally be saved from eternal slumber. Ilya, once again, I'm in your debt. Together, let us return to Suino Sato, where we might share the story of your success with Xiaosai. Okay, yeah, I need to be a class that's 63. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. Xiaosai has been duly informed of all that has happened. When I told him of how you slayed a bloated umami, his eyes went wide and his mouth dropped. Rarely do I ever see him so surprised. Then again, he has every right to be. Your efforts have allowed Master Inban to set upon making a remedy that should, in theory, have been impossible to recreate. Which reminds me, I believe I owe you an apology. You were only to escort me to Tamamizu, but due to my own inability, you were forced to do much more than that. Truly, I do not know what I would have done without you. In addition to saving my people, you have opened my eyes to the world. Through you, I have come to learn so much. When I finally return to see Ishisui of the Violent Tide, rest assured my role as the Ruby Prince... Rest assured, and reassume my role as the Ruby Princess. I shall look back fondly upon the memories we created together on this grand adventure. Until such a time that Hisui awakens, however, I shall remain here. I solely hope that you shall too. Not going anywhere just yet. What's this? The two princesses of Suino Sato. It's fine. I won't do that quest just yet. I can save that for another time. I am gonna do, I'm gonna start some rock music. I'm gonna head back to Tamamizu. I could have just teleported there, but because they're not here to stop me, I'm gonna fish. Mwah! You smell of fish. Does this mean you are a fisher from above? If you enjoy hunting fish up there, then I'm sure you will take pleasure in hunting them down here as well. You cannot use rods and reels underwater though. No, you will need a spear to strike your prey swiftly and silently like the Kojin. I suppose you could call it spearfishing. Would you like a lesson in spearfishing? If you should see any of my blue brothers outside, I'm sure they would be glad to show you how it's done. You wish to hunt fish with a spear? Why, it's as easy as breathing underwater. And considering you are not a blue in the face, I can tell you will master this skill in no time. First, you will need to search for where fish gather. When you've found a suitable school of fish, steady your spear and strike with a quick and fluid thrusts. In a clamshell is the art of spearfishing. Of course, these explanations mean nothing if you have no spear to practice. Here, take one of mine. If you look around, you will find promising play close by. Farewell, friend, and happy hunting. You're now able to obtain fish via spearfishing. In order to do so, you must first equip a spearfishing jig from your secondary tool. By using the action Fathom, you will be able to locate teeming waters as you explore the ocean. With your spearfishing gig in hand, you can interact with these teeming waters to catch fish. Gigging unlocked. Okay, so you're now able to spearfish. However, to access this new feature, you must first equip a gig in your offhand. If you do not already have one, gig can be purchased from fieldcraft vendors or other shops that sell bait and tackle. Teeming waters are home to many different kinds of elusive creatures. If you use these locations, you can. It is at these locations that you can use your gig to land catches and normally ignore fishers' lines. The shark eye can be used to identify the location nearby teeming waters and display them on your minimap. The teeming target was supposed to confirm fishing. Okay. Got she's like, okay, yeah, I need to get patience, but I now have gig. Don't have Mooch 2 yet. Rents the same fish. Cool, okay, fine. Okay, so spearfishing increases the chance of landing large-sized fish on your next spearfishing attempt. Chances of landing spearfish increases based on your perception rating. Surface slab. Yeah, has nothing to do with that. That is to do with spearfishing. Okay, well, let me do that. Let me do... Okay, well, we've got Fathom. I'll put there. Shark's Eye. Survey the seas. Strip of the ocean. Further surveys uncover the nearest swimming shadow lurking within skill range. Oh, okay, so they can only do when you've got Fathom. Oh, okay, that's finding the highest level one, and that's just the nearest one. Okay. Spearfishing is a method using a gig to find the teeming waters. Nearby fish will take notice of your action with the teeming waters. However, if with awareness grows too high, the fish will disperse, ending your spearfishing attempt. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Your objective when spearfishing is to strike the fish as with the gig as they pass through the teeming waters. As they swim across your field of vision, you must strike them in the weak spot to increase. And its size increases according to your gathering rating. Nearby fish will notice your actions with a teeming waters. Their weariness represented by a gauge at the top of the spearfishing interface. It will increase slowly over time, as well as with each strike of your spear. When the gauge is full, the fish will disperse in your spearfishing attempt. Successfully catching fish in quick succession will increase your catch counter, which slows the rate at which wariness increases. Okay. Okay. Ooh, a wreck. Alright, though. Damn it. Interesting. Alright, well. Is there anything else that I was looking at doing while I was here? Got that. I've got the fishing. Right, well, we need to head back to the inn. You know what? It's daytime. We'll give this an attempt. Well, I'm probably going to give it a few attempts, but you know what I mean. Don't know why. Are we really going to have these problems today? Yep, over. This, you annoying game. Really? Fuck off. No! I think if I had fallen down there, I would have just like, nope, we're done. We're done for the day. We're done for the day. Not doing it. I don't believe it. Give it one more attempt. Yep, no. Done. Really don't know where Mox got the idea that I was able to do that. Yeah, alright. Oh, actually, hang on. Before I forget... So I haven't done it yet. Crafting, gathering, desynth, and by crafting classes. Which one of my craft? I mean, they're all like level 60. Leatherworking, I guess. If I had to pick one. Interesting. The question will be, can I desynth these? Can. Alright. And with that, we're done. YouTube, thank you very much for watching. You made it to the end of this video, just know you are awesome for doing so. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. It really helps the channel grows and get us noticed by that dreaded algorithm. There's comments down below, so we'll respond to you. Well, if you leave a comment, we'll respond to you in kind. I'm in those comments down below. It's a blind playthrough, so we're going to touch on any plot points I've not yet encountered. Please do mark your comment with spoilers. Because, you know, trying to avoid spoilers. There are some links. There's the Lore Objects Merchant. There's my Throneness if you want to help me out in those ways. There's the Quell and Shardfall link. You get $40 off your purchase. I get a small kickback. It's a win-win. It's blending fitness and gaming together. I think it's a pretty good thing. So check it out if you're interested. We'll be back, well, later. This is something that I'm going to be trying to do today while you're probably watching this, hopefully. I'm going to be trying to collect some Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild, and we'll be playing Breath of the Wild later on stream, so come and step by and say hello. We would appreciate seeing you here. But YouTube, until next time, may you stay safe in this broken masquerade.